friends. I just came to knit today. I hope you brought your knitting. Oh, wait, I do need to move this so I can see better. There we go. Hello. Whoops. Okay, now I just did it to myself again. Hang on. How you doing, Carrie? There we go. I already forgot what I'm doing. Hey. Oh, birthday dinner. Fine, how are you? We did a Friday night birthday dinner with our second oldest, Aaron. Oh my gosh, it's time. It's time to start toe. I'm so happy. Hi, Kelly. Hello, Teresa. What's up? Happy Sunday. John is working. I fell asleep on the couch this morning watching scary movies with him. That was fun. Hey, Isabel. I hope you guys have projects. Do you mean this sock, Carrie? I'm just ready to be done. I'm ready to work on not a sock. Next Friday I start on the 18th pair from the book. And in between I knit 2 pairs. This one and this one. I'm ready to knit something else. Oh, but I don't know if I showed you guys. I wanted to show you something really quick. Remember this hat that I knit like 3 years ago? And I still haven't woven the ends in on. I finally made the mittens. I'm just going to put on one. Isn't that awesome? I do have both. I don't know why I always feel like I have to prove it. Like, why would I lie? That would be weird. But some people probably do. So, I did it. Yeah, I think, honestly, like, it's just socks right now. I'm just ready to be not knitting socks. So, we're going to work on the toe today. And then if I get it done, I've got John's sweater in a bag, like, right below me. So, yep. You know what, Jerry? It's not that hard, actually. I expected it to be a lot harder than it really was. But it is true that just as a person, I'm always trying to, like, push myself to, like, be the best at whatever I'm trying to do. Not be the best, but push myself to do better or do more. Come on, you can come up. Come on, you silly girl. So, Crazy said, I love color work. Me too. You know what? It is a very, very favorite of mine. Especially if I have a yarn that's really works well with it. Hi. Sarah, are you? You know what? I meant to look it up after I was live last time and I forgot. What's it called again this time? Oh, sorry. Somebody is very clingy, but it's okay. I like it. I like a clingy go dynamo. Okay, that's it. Is anybody else here knitting it? June said, I can't wait for my order to arrive. Thank you so much. Thank you, June. I think I have 6 more to pack. After yesterday, when it got to be too late for me to go to the post office because it closes here at noon, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and put these, to the side. So I have like six orders to go, but the sale has been great so far. I really appreciate you guys. I can't believe you guys. This is the best one I've ever had. But I also have more in the shop, than I've ever had before. So this is probably gonna slow down the sock finishing, but it's okay. Oh, getting sleepy. We're sagging. Oh, no, we're not. Hey, Bonnie. OEW. So what are you working on? Carrie said the shop was packed. I went in thinking I'd get one braid, but I couldn't narrow it down. I appreciate you, Carrie. I mean, you still did. You got out of there pretty reasonably. You did a good job. It's hard, because when you've been looking at things for a while, sometimes that happens, and then you get a discount, and then your brain says, "Well, I have to get it." Hi, Darcy. So I really do appreciate it. It's helped me a lot because I have been in the dye studio every day, I bet for the past month at least, and maybe more. And I've actually been trying to have the sale. John said he thinks it was like 5 or 6 weeks. I was trying to fill the shop up enough to have the sale, and it just worked out well that on our anniversary weekend, because our anniversary is Monday, that I could do tomorrow. Tomorrow I will have been married for 18 years. So, and I still really like him. Jerry said I finished a bulky top-down sweater and just have to sew the buttons. Such a good feeling. So, if it has buttons, I'm guessing it's a cardigan. That sounds really fun. Jerry, I hope you post a picture. Okay. If we're getting sleepy and we're going to go to lay down, and then I can knit again. Carrie said a sale is the best time to stock up. Hey, Tanya. Is it there yet, Tanya? Because the one that went to the UK is there. I'm guessing it's going to take longer for you, though. Hey, Tracy and Aaron, and thanks, Darcy. I'm sorry. Darcy said I've been dyeing wool and it's so hard to stop. Yeah. Today is literally the first time in 5 or 6 weeks that I haven't finished up a batch and turned around to get a new batch soaking for the next day. Today I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take tomorrow off. So I'm not off. I'll be shipping stuff, but I'm not going to do any dyeing tomorrow. I'm going to look for inspo pics. I find a lot of them, so. Okay, Tanya said not yet. I haven't looked at your tracking, and I did not send it to you. I will do that, Tanya, after we're done, because you're the only one who hasn't gotten it yet, but one was in the U.S. That was Sean. You guys probably heard that. Hello, is it Azariah? You help me. Okay. Is she down for the count? Darcy said, have you perfected any color combos you've been trying to? So I don't really work like that, to be honest, Darcy. I get inspired by a combo. Sometimes this happened to me a few weeks ago. I dyed a couple sock yarns, and the way that some of the colors blended together inspired me to try dyeing a different colorway with just those few colors, the way they blended. And those things always lead me to another and another and another thing that I want to try. So I don't do the same thing over and over trying to, thanks Jerry, to perfect it. I look at it like art and not in a Michelangelo kind of way. That makes sense. Because Jerry said, have a great day. We have tickets to see Bill Haley Jr. do. That sounds fun. Doing oldies. See you next time. Carrie said, looking for inspiration can be so fun. I think it's very fun. I really enjoy that. And I have a file on my phone that I use. I just did a series inspired by the 7 Deadly Sins. And decided not to do pride because I don't really think pride is a sin. So I'm disagreeing. Is disagreeableness a sin? I don't think so. Tanya said, I'm a patient person. It's okay. Yep, Jerry said hit the like button, and then John said, yes, hit the like button. He's upstairs working and listening. Carrie said spite. I mean, yeah, that's what it should be. Spite, right? But I really enjoyed that one. It was very, very fun. The series, I mean. And I'm looking at inspirations for a new series. I have thought about one for a long time, and I think I might get in there and go for it. Caitlin said, has anyone ever knit the bobble cowl in a day, and how is everyone? Is that the one with the little sheep on it? I have not knitted at all. I'm always too hot for cowls. John says, sorry about the interruption. Honey, I don't know if they could hear that. Carrie said, I'm currently planning bats based on video game characters. That's a cool inspiration. I like it. I actually did not talk about, but did a bunch inspired by the HBO show, The Gilded Age. I just did them. So, the costuming on that, especially in season 1, I didn't like it as much in the second season. But in season 1, the costuming was, I'm guessing, not historically accurate in a lot of ways, but visually it was absolutely gorgeous. And so I used a lot of that for inspiration. Caitlin said, yes, it's the one with the sheep on it, and I only started it today, and I'm on the colorwork row 23, and it only has 54 rows. I feel like that one looks doable to me, Caitlin. Like in a day. I would have to really stick to it, though. Okay, Azariah said, just bought a spinning wheel. Should get it this week. I've been binge watching your videos. Your beginner classes are so helpful. Thank you. I'm so glad. Yeah, that's great. Exciting. Welcome to the crazy. I have just recently been thinking, like, if I was going to start today, what would I do differently? Because when I did start, there wasn't as much available, even on YouTube. There was some, but there wasn't a lot. So I've been just thinking about that. That and knitting. If I was going to start today, like, I feel like I've knitted so long that I don't even know how to talk to beginners. I try sometimes, and I don't think I'm doing a very good job. Because my brain stopped thinking about those things. Tracy said, welcome, Azariah. You will have so much fun. You also may have some frustration sometimes, so just prepare yourself, because that's part of the learning, and so are mistakes. You know that I don't really think they're always mistakes. Yes, welcome to the crazy, trademarked. Darcy said, I found knitting really hard to teach. I feel like one-on-one, I'm great. I can help you with anything. But in a class, not so much. Caitlin, are those your pets? Dolly just left. I think she heard Elvis go outside, and so she went out. That's good. You know what, Lady? I missed your comment. Lady, thank you. I appreciate that. Making balls so I can finish the scarf on my new knitting machine. So did you get a round one, Lady? Or do you have a flatbed knitting machine? Because I used to use those all the time. John's got stories. So, quick story. I used to have a bunch of them, and I had this contraption that you plug in called a garter carriage that actually makes the stitches for you. And so you can hear it like going ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk across the row. And so I used to be like, can you hear that? I'm knitting. Because you could hear it from our basement. It was loud. Lady said, I watched all kinds of videos from you and learned a lot. I'm so glad. Azariah said, thank you. I'm ready for the frustrations. I'm up for the challenge. Thank you, Tracy and Carrie. Honestly, it's really just muscle memory. So if you practice 15 minutes a day, or if you aim to do it 15 minutes a day, then you probably won't make it every day, but your muscle memory will develop faster if you give yourself the time in between. I don't know why it's like that, but it's like your brain continues to store it. It's really cool. Brains are so cool. Sarah said, I've been crocheting longer than I've been knitting. I found teaching knitting is easier than teaching crocheting. Interesting. I have never tried to teach crocheting. I can crochet, and I could pretty much, like, one-on-one teach, like, help someone learn anything they need to learn, if that makes sense. But I've never tried to teach it. Lady said, no, a brother flatbed with ribber, just got a few weeks ago. Which one did you get, Lady? Just being nosy because I used to like I would buy them thinking I was going to use them, and then I would recondition them, and then I would be like, no, I want this one that does more fancy things, so I'd sell it. So I ended up reconditioning a number of them one by one and selling them. I still have one. I have a Brother 940, but I don't think I have a ribber anymore. Candy said, hello, caught alive, wow. Yay! Candy's mill ends went astray. But I have told her yesterday that if the post office actually loses them, I will definitely replace them. So Lady Jasmine said, so true about the muscle memory. It's so weird. Isn't it cool though? I love it. I love how we can do stuff with our brains. Our brain continues to do stuff. It's so cool. Sarah said, I think because I've been crocheting for so long, most of it's instinct now, and that's hard to convey. I think that's why I can't teach a knitting class. I tried to teach a sock class once that had what I thought was a very simple formula to like make every person's sock fit, and people could not understand it. And my brain, it made so much sense, and I haven't been able to go back, if that makes sense. Erin said, question for all. I was thinking of starting to engrave knitting and spinning tools, but I can't decide whether to do wood or metal. Which do you all prefer? Like what kind of tools, Erin? Lady said, you even got me to weaving. I do consider that a personal victory. Even when I didn't think I wanted to at first. It happens. Candy said, my order is taking a tour of Michigan. Yeah, they had it further north, right? I can't remember where. And then it went back to Detroit. So weird. Michigan is beautiful this time of year. If you're going to take a tour, this is the time. Sorry. Lady said, 840. Okay, so that's a punch card machine. That was my first machine. And I think it's a really awesome one. Come on, baby. Carrie said brains never sleep. Darcy said, Sarah, I found the same thing with crochet. When I try to break down the steps, I lose all idea of what I'm doing with my hands. I don't think everybody has that. Oh, really, Beth? My Millens still don't show up on my USPS app. They all went out, I think, Friday, so maybe they just need to get updated on Monday. Hi. Same with you, Beth. If something happens, I will replace them, so don't worry. I do have, like, spares. Candy said it's been in Detroit 3 times. That's weird. That's the opposite direction. Grand Rapids, Clio, Flint twice. Okay, we're good. We don't have to do that right now, do we? No. And yes, in Michigan we pronounce it Clio. I know. Okay, do you need to get down, Missy? What are you doing? Okay, Sarah said my son wanted me to teach him how to crochet and he got frustrated with me because I was verbalizing enough about what needs to be enough. He was like, but you are a teacher. I don't know, I think I was verbalizing enough about what needs to be enough. Candy said I have Targi on my wheel, rainbow colors, and I'm on a darker shade of green. Got a normal green, blue, and teddy bear brown to go. Nice. It's waiting to arrive. That's probably it. It's like Candy's good. She's got something going. Yes. Carrie, that is my worst. She said we also have Milan, pronounced Milan. I hate that. Okay, Sarah. I thought there might not be there might be a knot missing in there. All right, now we're leaving again. That's okay. I'll work on my sock. But I'm trying to finish. Oh, gauge tools, wraps per inch, twist cards, knitting technique cards, etc. Would I rather have metal or wood? Do I have any? I don't have any metal ones of that. I have a bunch of wooden ones that were cut on. Well, one was use like a CNC router. That's a wraps per inch tool. And then I have twist cards and what else? I think I have a card. I have another wraps per inch tool that is cut like on one of those Glowforge thingies, but I do not have a metal one. Candy said, what does everyone else think? If you were going to buy those tools, would you prefer, because Erin wants to engrave them, what would you prefer? Candy said I did red, orange, yellow mixed with teddy bear brown already. Candy, I could not get teddy bear brown to fix properly. I finally gave it away. I don't know why. I never could get it. What do you do? Do you do anything? Did you have that problem? Talk to me about your feelings. Because teddy bear brown, I struggle to find a brown that I like. In fact, I mixed myself like a gallon jug once of this perfect brown and it's all gone. Caitlin said I spun on a Magic Craft Rose and I loved it. I love that wheel. I never can find a reasonably priced used one, or I'd already have one. Let's just be real. Okay, Azariah said metal. Jen said wood. Mari said I missed it somehow. What's the magic? Oh, it is... No, Mari, it is until Monday at 4 my time. So you have time still. It is 18 and then years in caps. And no spaces or anything. So just 18 years. But it's all caps. Sarah said wood. Jen said wood. Yeah, so just put that code in at checkout to get 15% off. and knock yourself out because there's a lot in there still. But I dropped my biggest like load of stuff off ever, orders, on, I think it was Friday. It must have been Friday. Come on, baby. I don't know why we're in and out, up and down so much right now. But, oh, and of course they know me in the post office. And she was like, Trish, hi. And John came with me. I don't think he's ever been there with me when we ran into the post lady before. But she was like, holy cow, because we just kept putting stuff. That was my biggest load ever. And she was like, what are you doing? So, her name's Jackie and she's pregnant. And I'm going to knit her well, she goes by Jack. I'm going to knit her a baby sweater. She's having a girl. And I can tell you guys, but I can't, of course, tell her. Candy said, not sure how to explain how it turned out. I'll show you in group, though. I don't feel like it's the nicest brown. What's wrong with your feet? We're having a beautiful day here. John got new tires. It's pretty exciting. What a day, huh? What a day to be alive. So I have a question for everybody, though. Are you jealous about Rhinebeck this week? One of you had said to me, like, I'm over it. I'm not going this year. And then came back and said you had FOMO. And I have to say that I did not really have any FOMO this year. I mean, I didn't go because I would have been in SAF, but then when my dad was diagnosed, we immediately decided that wasn't going to work out because I feared that I would need to be here and I didn't want to be too far away. So we canceled SAF right away, and I don't regret not going this year. If I was there, I would be worrying the whole time about, like, what if something happens and it takes me so long to get back. So I think it was a good choice. Maybe I'll go next year. I don't know. I don't know what next year holds. Candy said, was it breaking or just dying unevenly? I could not get it to fix. Like, it would just float around in the pan, dyeing everything else. I don't know what it was, or if I had a bad batch, maybe. I only had the 2-ounce jar. Sarah said, I just got home yesterday from vacationing in Outer Banks, North Carolina. I may have bought too much yarn from a local dyer as my souvenir. Sarah, share who the local dyer was. We need to know. Kathleen said, hi from Maui. I saw that that's your 50th state, Kathleen. So exciting. She said, sorry I'm so late and missed this. You're not late. You're fine. You're perfectly wonderful. Leedy said, I live too far away to be jealous. That's cool. Candy said, I've never been to any Fibre Fest ever, so I'm not jealous. I don't know what they're like yet to have FOMO. I can see that. I mean, it's a lot of people, so if you hate that, that's definitely not for you. You know what I mean? Last year, the weather was poop. And I think this year it's probably a lot nicer because we've had such nice weather and it comes straight across. Caitlin said, I honestly would just love to go to a Fibre Fest outside my state. Okay, now why does it need to be outside your state? Sea Star hand paints. Okay. Anybody looking? Sounds like Sarah found Sea Star hand paints to be very attractive. Lady said, we're saving for something else and making space, so no more yarn for a while. I get that. That's, I think, the other reason why I don't feel that bad about missing out this year. I don't feel like I'm missing out. I mean, compared to the reason why we can't go to SAF, that's just way more important. And they had to cancel SAF anyway, and that is way more important. So this year I've definitely acquired a lot less. I just haven't. I feel overwhelmed by the amount that I already have, if that makes sense. Amanda said, hello, all you lovely people. I got new tires on Thursday. Yay. Yes, very jealous. People who can go and don't realize how nice it is to even have those kind of festivities unless you struggle with the groups because it's so many people. It's overwhelming. Candy said, I bet you had a bad batch. I feel like that happens from Dharma sometimes. I feel like you're right, Candy. I gave it away, like I said. She said, I did a solid, but still felt the need to run it through the drum carder. Really? Well, now, why is that? Did it get compacted? Candy said, I only have FOMO for looking at all the yarn fiber and all the fleeces all in one place like that. Yeah. I mean, it is fun. And there's something weird about the community feeling, the vibe of being amongst all those people who feel in some way similarly to that you do. You know what I mean? Like, you get a camaraderie, immediate connection with everybody. It's cool. Like, you see strangers and you're like, oh my gosh, I love your sweater, and you pretty much know they knit it instead of just telling someone in Walmart or your grocery store or whatever, I love your sweater, and they're like, thanks, I got it at Target. You know what I mean? Sarah said, I got their barefoot fingering named Blackbeard's Revenge. Sorry, I was just looking. Boo. And their 20th anniversary limited edition 2024. That's cool. Wow, 20 years. I wonder if I'll make it to 20 someday. Okay, shoot. Oh, that last one should have been a decrease. It's okay, we're going to do it now. Candy said, like in person instead of online all the time. No, I understand, Candy. I do get that. Caitlin said, I go to the ones in my state and it would be nice to see what other states have. That's true. Carrie said, our kitten Fern has taken to pulling hand-spun skeins off the shelf and bringing them to me as gifts, which is sweet, but it definitely makes me realize I need to decrease the stash enough to close it away where she can't get to it. But by the time you actually do that, she'll have stopped. So Lady said, as for making room, I have something saved for you, which I think might like if I may send it to you. Well, Lady, I would love it. I'd appreciate it. You don't have to do that. You probably saw in a recent video I showed that when people send me stuff, notes and everything, I save every single thing. Every single thing. So, I mean, if it's yarn or wool or whatever, I will use it for a project, but like when they send a little card or stickers and all that, I keep everything. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel so special. John said, my favorite part was seeing people light up when they recognize my beautiful wife. And then seeing her face do the same when she realizes who they are. It's pretty cool. That was very fun. Yeah, I don't know. I I don't know how to say this. I think John thinks I'm a bigger deal than I actually am. This channel's small, as you guys know, which I'm not complaining about, but we are small but mighty. And I do not expect people to recognize me out in the wild. Even at some place where everybody is knitting or crocheting or weaving or spinning or all of it, I don't expect that. And so it's still a novelty to me if it happens. It's like, oh my gosh, wow. So I think he expects it more than I do. Carrie said maybe Fern is funny. Maybe she'll do it forever. Hi, Nyla. Uh-oh. Oh! My gosh, why did someone tell me? Just a minute, hang on. Okay, I bet you can hear me now. I forgot. Sorry about that. Leedy, it is in the description box of most videos. It is P.O. Box 4, Rothbury, Michigan 49452. Pretty easy to write down. Rothbury is Rothbury. Rothbury, like bury a bone in the yard. Bonnie said, my daughter wants me to knit a set of dolls in different skin tones. That's cool. If anyone knows a less expensive wool yarn that comes in good skin tones, please let me know. Hey, Joanne. Yep, sorry about that, Candy. Tracy said, you ate a big deal. I did. You are a big deal, Trish. You're Fibre. I mean, to you guys, maybe, but that's because we're like friends, kind of. Uh-oh, Tracy, you disappeared. Your message disappeared. Carrie said the fiber world is relatively small, so fame is proportional. Dan asked me once if Jillian Moreno was famous or yarn famous. Beg your pardon, Dan. She is famous. That's different. Jillian Moreno is like on a different level. I am just a goofy dork that films myself making mistakes. Lady said, I must have overlooked it. We'll look after this. Tracy. I mean, I appreciate you guys. And I really do appreciate having a husband who says, you know, you're like famous or whatever, instead of one who would downplay it, which is what I had before, who would be like, oh, you're, you know what I mean when I say that. So I'm thankful. Carrie, wow. Carrie said she came into our booth at Michigan Fiber Fest. Did you fangirl? I would. Willie Dream said, Knitterati. You are. Oh, you guys are so silly. It's very fun, though. Leedy said, when you were on leave, I watch others, but they are too scripted or too much blah, blah, blah. I can be too much blah, blah, blah sometimes. I don't mean to, but it happens. Beth said, I'd love to meet you and at least part of the tribe. I hope someday that happens. Oh, Tracy said, sorry I'm out at cat show and couldn't. No problem, Tracy. It's fine. I totally knew what you meant. I did. I just like to be funny. Candy said, that's funny. Famous or yarn famous? I think of someone like Marley Bird as yarn famous. I just think of her as famous. Oh, car show. She's at a car show. That one I didn't catch. Okay, Rania said, Bonnie, how do you say that? I don't dare say it. Clampe lampe? Clampe lampe has merino yarn for dolls in different skin tones. They also have a pattern for doll. That's cool. Oh, that must be the... Okay. It's not a person. That was directed to Bonnie. Bonnie, did you see it? Please let us know that you did. Carrie, you did not. Carrie said, I pretended I didn't know who she was so I could be cool about it. You are joking right now. Sarah said, I like blah, blah, blah. I don't like when they get preachy. Interesting. Preachy about how there's only one way to do things correctly or something else. What am I supposed to be preachy about? I don't know. Ronnie said yes. Yes about the pronunciation. Don't tell me I got that right. Carrie said my ex-husband, when people would comment on my knitting or spinning, would say, you think it's cool? I think it's the most boring thing I've ever seen. Wow. Just wow. Can you imagine? That's terrible, Carrie. I'm sorry that happened to you. That's making me sad. What a jerk. Bonnie said, Rania, thank you. I will look for it. That really is bringing tears up. Why is that happening to me? Okay, Crystal, I don't think you meant that. Oh, yes, you did. Ex-husband sounds about right. Yes. That is why, one reason, I'm sure. Sarah said, how there is only one way, and they are, oh, they get they get snobby over material. You know, I don't know. I kind of feel like it all has a place, to be honest. And also, I'd rather see people knitting with what they can afford than financially stretching themselves for yarn they can't afford, or not knitting because they think their yarn's not good enough, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Candy said, I don't fangirl much, but maybe that's my age or because I feel like we're all people with jobs regardless of the job. Yeah, no, that's accurate, Candy. Carrie said, I'm not joking. I didn't want her to feel like she had to buy something. If she bought it, I wanted her to buy it because she liked it. I can see that. Actually, that reasoning makes a lot of sense, Carrie. Beth said, Carrie, that's why he's your ex. He was not a keeper. Not cool of him. John said, glad that eggplant is in your rear view. Oh, why? Candy said, my hubs calls everything spinstering now. He even asked me to do something for him when I was done counting. I was spinning when he said that. I'm sure I told you guys, but when I picked up cash to buy my first loom, the cashier checkout, what do you call the lady? The teller at the bank was just making conversation. She's like, oh, what's it for? And I was like, oh, I'm going to buy a loom. And she was like, well, have fun looming. Carrie said he was awful, but he did teach me what I couldn't deal with anymore. So I knew what a treasure Dan was when I met him. Well, I guess if he couldn't be a good example, at least he was an effective, horrible warning. Right? And honestly, giving you the gratitude, and making it so you never take Dan for granted, that's a pretty good thing. Right? It's a good thing. Joanne said, LOL, Candy. Carrie said, thank you, me too. Caitlin said, Carrie, I think sports are stupid and dumb. I actually do too, Caitlin. Like, when it's my own kids, that's one thing. But just watching people play sports, I don't get it. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Sorry if you're counting. Okay, 11. I got 11 right now. Carrie said he thought sports were stupid too. He thinks a lot of stuff is stupid. Right. Candy said there's some cheap yarns out there that make beautiful garments or whatever. I mean, just knit. Get your stuff you can get stuff at Goodwill. You know what I mean? Like just knit and crochet and you can make beautiful things. It's not always about your materials. Caitlin said, Carrie, wow, just wow. Carrie said, exactly, Trish. I will never take Dan for granted. He goes out of his way to be kind to me and to others. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good egg, that Dan. Oh, Elvis is outside barking. Ooh, now he's inside barking. Hey, take her easy, sir. Sorry. Joanne said, finished my second Unity heel turn. Woo! Hey. I don't know if somebody was here or what. On the home stretch now. Thank you for the tribe help. I had to keep reminding myself to trust the process, but you did it. And now next time when you do it, it'll be easier and easier. Crystal said you can pick up lots of cheap yarn and stash clean out season. That's true. Lady said that sounded weird. Take her easy. Is that regional maybe? It is not weird here for someone to say take her easy. Candy said, yay, that was going to be my next sock for one of the grandkids. I've been trying to finish old whips too. I'm trying to reduce my number of whips, so I guess you could say I'm trying to finish old whips. I don't usually let myself have this many. Is there one in here? No. I just saw a bag and thought, oh no. It's unusual for me to have this many whips. But I'm about to finish one. Candy said, I love Karen Simply Soft for baby things. Bye Carrie. There's a lot of yarns for baby things because they're going to get washed and probably spit up on and everything else. I mean, do I like nice things? Yeah, who doesn't? Everyone does. But I am a very financially responsible person. John will tell you. It probably doesn't look like it when I buy my tools, but I'm very careful. And honestly, the only splurge I have is I like nice sheets on my bed and craft stuff. That's it. I don't have anything else. I don't care if I have an expensive car. Like, I don't care about anything else. So it probably seems like it, but financially I'm very responsible, and I would never want to see anybody put themselves in a pinch because of yarn or fiber, or definitely not anything that I have in my shop. So I hate that thought. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh my gosh, I still have the right number of stitches. How is that possible? Joanne said, come on, baby. Sorry, she just hit the camera. I personally like a crisp sheet. That is just me. But the more you wash them, they usually become softer. John said we have seen some stuff at estate sales as well. We have. That's true. Bonnie said I'm allergic to acrylic, so it's out for me. That's tough. Although, you know, Candy said a cheaper ball of yarn is an hour's wage in Wisconsin. Oh my goodness, I'm getting squished. Crystal said, here's the thing. There's a time and place. That's what I think, Crystal, 100%. She said, I refuse to crochet a blanket out of 100% wool, for example. So is that because you don't want to get beat up? Because I'll tell you, I made one out of, it's a Cascade. It came in a big cake and it had 4 colors in it. I can't remember. It was worsted. I can't remember what it was called. And it has gotten so beaten up. The dogs are just ruining it. And I'm like, why did I waste the time and money on this? Isabel said, speaking of cash, I have decided I am just going to save my pennies and buy a drum carder through a store. I have just found, 5th scam drum carder on Facebook. I have gotten so scary good at rooting them out. Well, Isabel, I am a brother dealer. So if you want to buy one that's not a scam and you want one of those, let me know. If you want a different one, no harm, no foul. Just letting you know. Willie Dream said, my first wheel was a Craigslist find that looked like it had been in a barn, Ashford Kiwi, that was great after cleaning her up. Mine was a Craigslist find, and it was an Ashford Traveler. That was the first one, because I borrowed one. So that was the first one I actually owned. Candy said, I love yarns similar to Red Heart for amigurumi. I'm saying it wrong, I know. I never can get it right. Caitlin said, I'm working down my stash and I discovered that I have a pattern in a book that people I know are doing. And you already have the book? That's fun. Okay, sounds good. Whenever or whatever. They are a good one. But again, like, I really want people to get what they think is best for them. So make sure it's the one you actually want. Candy said, I got so lucky and got my brother used off eBay in excellent shape. That's awesome. I've had an Ashford one, a standard size one, and then I got the Fancy Kitty. That was the Big Tom XL. That is a huge Carter. I don't think they're in business anymore. Does anyone know? Because I know they sold to another person, and I don't think that person ever really ran with it. Um, then I got my brother. Then I got my Strouch. Then I sold my brother and the Fancy Kitty. I had sold the Fancy Kitty by then. I sold my brother and got the Classic. So that's where I am right now. I got the Classic and the Strouch. But they don't really lose their value. So that's one of the nice things about them. Like, when they're used, you usually sell them a little bit less expensive, but if you buy them used, they hold their value really well. Honestly, they don't usually get enough use to be like less effective, if that makes sense. Okay, three more rows. Rania said, I would like a Carter for fleece and bat making. Is it harder for you to find one, Rania? Or can you get, like, maybe one of the ones from the UK? Can you get one in, because aren't you in Norway? Candy said, I was thinking about sock yarns. I feel like those are hard to find in a cheap brand. I think they're harder, but there are a few less expensive ones that I really like. Ronnie said my 5-year-old wants to. Well, Kim, who used to come sometimes, and, she still watches and stuff, she drum carded a lot of bats with her little boy, who at the time was like 5 or 6. He is so cute. Leedy said, I'm lucky my husband made me my Carter, got my loom for free and my wheel and knitting machine secondhand on Marketplace, saved some money this way. Yes. I don't know if there's anybody making new flatbed knitting machines. Is there? Silver Reed used to, but I don't know if they still do. Crystal said, I got my drum Carter off Marketplace. Isabel said, it's more challenging for me in Florida, nothing nearby. Oh. Uh-oh, Crystal's having chart problems. Sweden. Rania said Sweden, but been on the lookout. It's been a lot popping up lately. Really? Hopefully they're not all hope they're not all scams. Kenny said, it's fun letting the kids pick out. It's so fun. And it's so educational because you find out you can put colors together that you wouldn't have maybe thought of yourself. Hi, Simone. Hi, Trish. It's been a year since I have knit or spun. I dusted off my spinning wheel and gave it some love. I just found another hobby I really love, trying to make time for everything. What's the new hobby? I need to know. And is this my last row? Lady said, the girl I bought my brother from said Silver Reed still does. Okay. Yeah, when I was doing that, they did, but that was like, I don't know, 10 to 15 years ago, somewhere in there. Candy said, I have trouble with some charts too, Crystal. Crystal, is it one you can copy and make bigger? Mary Beth said, Susan's Fibre in Wisconsin sells the UK drum carters, so they exist. Joanne said, I bought very expensive drapey bamboo sheets and found out like crisp sheets, ka-ching, flush. Oh no. So did you not like the bamboo ones, Joanne? I look at them sometimes, but I never buy them because I don't really want the drapey sheets. Is that weird? It's weird, I know. Candy said sometimes chart reading is just the day. Yes, and I have to try again a different day. Sometimes it clicks later. Maybe your brain works on it. Excuse me, sir, sir or madam. Sarah said, Isabel, I'm from Florida and didn't learn knitting crocheting with wool until I moved to Virginia. Oh, Simone said I got into colored pencil and watercolor art. That's really cool. Oh, and Candy said I bought my little eel wheel from Susan's in Wisconsin. That's really cool. Oh, okay. Crystal said it's as big as it needs to be. The problem is one I'm trying to not mark up because it's only 12 rows. Do you have one of those dispensers with the highlighter tape that you can just move the tape up? Okay, I think I'm about to be done. Oh, okay, ma'am. 3, 4, 5. Yes, I'm done. Mary Beth said, yes, some days can't do charts. Other days, that's all I want to do. Oh, Woolly Dreams is Annabelle. I will try my best to remember that. Sometimes you got to tell me more than once. Sorry, but I do okay. Candy said, I love Derwent and Prismacolor watercolor pencils, Simone. Azariah said, all brands sells knitting machines. Oh, Titexma still makes them. I do not know that brand. Just Beth said, I got my drum carder on Etsy and it came from the Netherlands. No complaints. Yes, Mary Beth, good. That's a great one. Oh, all right. Someone is poking me over here. Post-it notes if no highlighter tape. I used to keep post-it notes in my bag, my little Notions bag, for that very reason. But now I just keep a little roll of that tape. Crystal said, I wish I might have to rig a magnet deal so I have that line like the cross stitchers have. Well, Crystal, you've probably seen that I use an old cookie sheet for that. If you have an old cookie sheet that's not aluminum, you can use it with just a magnet. Because I don't think magnets will stick to aluminum. I'm sure John will tell us because he's really good with that kind of stuff, but I don't think so. Joanne said, bamboo sheets I got very soft and drapey from Cozy Earth. Nice. Do you love them? Erin said, yes, Mary Beth Post-its. Sarah said, I've used washi tape. Smart. See, that's the good thing about having all the craft junk that we all have around. Hello, Helene. Candy said, I have that magnetic, me too, magnetic pattern holder to mark where you are in your chart. I have one of those too. But the magnets have lost their, I don't know, magnitude. Okay, he said, nope, needs to be steel. Hey, Cindy. Cindy said, this is why I'm addicted to Knit Companion. I pay the fee and mark the heck out of it. Cindy, I could not get used to it. I did try. Jasmine said, so true. Uh-oh, which one's true? All the craft junk we have laying around? I bet that's what you're saying is so true. Crystal said, I haven't gone through my stuff yet to see what I have. I hate to say it, but even if I don't need it as I'm using it, if it's a small chart, 8 or 12 rows, but I need it to mark where I left off so I don't have to figure it out, if that makes sense. Hi, Cindy. Cindy got her Millens already. Candy said those aren't the best magnets that come with those. No. I actually bought a roll of the magnet that has sticky stuff on the back, and I just left the backer on it because they're a lot stronger. Cindy said it does take getting used to. Hi, by the way. She's talking about the Knit Companion. I really tried. This is the problem I had, and maybe it's because I didn't know how to use it, and maybe you can tell me, because I will pay the money to use it. The problem I had was if I was doing a chart like for a fisherman sweater or something, and I had multiple, excuse me, ma'am, multiple charts going, I couldn't figure out how to see them all at once. And it was so frustrating because I had to keep moving it around. Joanne said I sometimes use free magnetic business cards on steel cookie sheets. I use the cookie sheets too, Joanne. But I've never thought about those business cards. That's smart. Crystal said normally it's a printed pattern and a marker to get through charts. I see. Uh-oh. Joanne said I prefer crisp. Me too, unfortunately. I love them. And John and I are in agreement that we really like a good, crisp, nice quality sheet. Don't like to spend money on much except for craft supplies and really good sheets. Not kidding. Candy said that's not a bad idea. I think I have some magnetic business cards as a great idea too. Hey, Kiera. Cindy said, yeah, multiples. Okay, so there isn't a better way to... I couldn't figure it out, Cindy, if there was a better way to do it. Thank you for the hearts. Mary Beth said, I've done that too, Crystal. Well, you guys, I've been here an hour, and I finished my socks. So I think I'm going to take off. Thank you so much. And again, just in case, because apparently some of you guys didn't hear yet, there is a sale on the website. If you want to use the discount code, it's 18 years, all caps, no spaces, no nothing. So I just don't want you guys to miss it if you didn't hear about it. And there's still a lot there. So I will see you guys soon. I hope you guys have a great week. I love you. Bye.